All right, welcome to planet Earth today. So, this is a visualization tool that's really one of my favorites. It's got all these incredible real time, relatively speaking, like within 48 hours or less of data collected from satellites. And here is the height of the wind current, so measured in air pressure, which kind of makes things complicated. But here's the upper atmosphere, are way up high there, upper troposphere. So you can see these big major currents coming along here. So this is the very, very top of the jet stream. So a lot of this is just kind of amazing, but it's a function of the fact that the Earth rotates from this way, that way, or this way. Well, let's see, the sun rises in the east, so it must be this way. Very good. All right. But it's also a function of the sun's heating, of the equatorial oceans. But we get to actually see these incredible wind currents that flow around in the high upper atmosphere. And, and they're pretty fast, too. You can just click on it here. So it's 240 kilometers an hour up there. But mind you, the pressure is so low, you're almost in space. But for a more realistic and practical kind of value, let's go to 700. And let's overlay the temperature. Let's get a look at what's going on in the sort of region of air that matters. 1,000, your surface, 850. But it kind of gives you an idea of the major sort of wind patterns going on. So you've heard about this crazy little winter hurricane that happened. So here's what's happening. All this cold air is dropping down, and it's meeting this warm ocean air. And the oceans are as warm as they've ever been, which is kind of a euphemistic way of saying that they're warmer than is normal, for whatever that means. But you can see how the whole northeast of North America is in the grip of this crazy cold spell. It's minus 30 degrees. Look at, Ontario, minus 25, New York, minus 23 with winds. And this is just in light of what recently happened, the winter hurricane or cyclone bomb or whatever they want to call it. But it's basically, a nor'easter, they say, but a very vicious one and a very large one. It kind of makes you wonder. There was a film called The Day After Tomorrow, or this idea of abrupt climate change, that as carbon dioxide increases every once in a while, we get this freakish cold that actually may be a precursor to the next ice age. So there's a lot about climate we don't know. But what we do know about carbon dioxide is that it traps heat. And more heat means more energy in the system. And more energy in the system means wilder storms. So if we were to there's this one theory that what has happened in Earth's past from time to time is that this warm equatorial air starts to move higher and higher into the north, and it creates a massive sort of dump of snow. Let's get rid of the temperature thing. We'll just focus on the wind speeds here. So what would happen in theory is this whole northern hemisphere would get dumped in a 2-month-long storm with just months and months of snow, where super warm tropical air would just, instead of doing these little, what they call the Hadley cells, these little jumps, would do one big hemispheric dump. And a giant freeze would be initiated. And once you had that much snow in the northern hemisphere, we're talking 10, 20 feet, it wouldn't melt the whole summer long, and it would start this whole feedback loop whereby glaciers would be a glacial advance would be initiated. But of course, other conditions have to be present: Milankovitch cycles, carbon dioxide levels, blah blah blah. But there's a lot we still don't know. But what we do know is it doesn't take much to tip our planet into its next epoch. And I think we've developed the technology where we can limit carbon dioxide, and it might be prudent at this point to sort of cap it off at, let's try and keep it under 500. Might not be a bad idea. All right. Thanks so much.